Supreme Court has decided to hear in its next term that begins in October an important case about immigration, more specifically about the group of immigrants who were brought here as children, either entered the country illegally or overstayed their visas. They're known as the Dreamers. And the Trump administration has wanted to end this program, and so far courts have prevented it from doing so. It's an Obama-era program that was intended to shield from deportation and give work permits to people in this category. The court will hear the case either in the late fall or early winter, and that means that a decision is likely to be issued in June of 2020, right in the midst of the presidential campaign on an issue on which President Trump has staked at least part of his 2016 campaign and then his presidency, trying to do something about what he sees as a big problem in this country, illegal immigration. Congress has failed to act to protect the Dreamers through legislation, and the Trump administration, even though it was given hints by the court that it could probably accomplish what it wants, the end of the program, if it did it properly, has not taken steps suggested by the courts to do that. So the case is sitting here before the Supreme Court. The administration had asked that the case be heard and decided in this term, in other words, in the term that essentially just finished on Thursday with the court's last opinions. The justices didn't do that. They didn't explain why. They sat on the case for several months before agreeing today to add it to next term. One possible reason the court sat on the case was perhaps to give some time to see if there would be congressional action, perhaps to see if there would be other lower court opinions that might help in resolving the case, or perhaps because this was a term that began with a tumultuous confirmation of Justice Brett Kavanaugh, and there did seem to be an effort by the court to tamp down controversial cases for this term. By doing that, though, by putting over this case about the Dreamers, the so-called DACA program, the court has now put the issue square in the middle of the presidential election campaign.